everyone. We're here in Wailuku Live with Mayor Alan Arakawa. Now, Mayor, I know you guys have been preparing for this for a very long time and you are ready to go. What is the latest news that you can share with us?
Well, it really depends. Currently, we've been looking at all of the different proposed charts as to the direction Lane might go. And it seems to be moving away from us a little bit. However, it still will mean that we're going to have a lot of heavy rain. We expect to have heavy winds. The surf is going to be high, 15 to 20 feet, depending on what time you're looking at the surf. We're looking at 54 to 74 mile an hour winds, I believe. And heavy rain, nobody really can predict how much rain. Judging from the Big Island and what's happening there, we're looking at the Doppler radar as it's coming over. Seems like almost the same quantity that they're getting there is going to reach us. And they're having severe flooding. They've had over a foot of rain over the last 24 hours. If we have that much rain, it's going to be very, very problematic. So we have roughly 80 people through our emergency network in our conference room looking at the various parts of our community right now. And we have people stationed on Molokai and Lanai and EOC planning those areas as well. We're hopeful that the latest graph that the Pacific Disaster Center came up with, which is showing that if it slows down and if the shear occurs, it'll just move away from the islands altogether and we might not have the direct hit from the hurricane. However, that's about as predictable as a slinky going through, you know, goes this way, that way, and who knows where it's going to end up. We just know it's moving. Mm-hmm. And it's slowed down from 8 miles per hour movement to 7 miles per hour, which means the duration of weather that we have is going to be much, much longer and much more severe. So those are concerns that we have. We're very concerned that if the wave heights reach 15 to 20 feet, and a little bit higher on the south shore, our highway to Lahaina, Honopilani Highway, might be inundated and might become impassable, which would isolate our entire Lahaina community, which is about half of our tourist areas as well. So it may impact literally tens of thousands of people. If the roadway becomes impassable for any duration, then we're going to have some major challenges. Now, we've also had a conference call with the governor and with the National Guard and the military forces. They are on notice that if we have something like that happening, we're going to need assistance very quickly to be able to try and clear the roads, to be able to try and reinstate the roads so that it's passable, so we can get people to and from. In the meantime, we are looking at the emergency helicopter services as well as our Fire One to be able to move people if we need to. Our bus system is down right now and will be closed for the duration. However, anyone who is a paratransit that needs paratransit transportation, if they will call us, we will take care of them and make sure that they're put to a shelter. Even during the duration of the incident, if it becomes major and they have problems, give us a call and we'll send police and fire out there to try and put them to emergency shelters that are necessary. So we want to make sure that everyone who is in jeopardy is covered. We're putting out as many broadcasts as we can to the community to warn them. Anyone who is living in an area that is prone to flooding, that is near a gulch area, that is prone to heavy stream flow, please take the proper precautions. Especially in the Kihei area, it's been traditional that when it rains up in Haleakala, even though it may be a little bit more clear in Kihei, the water coming downhill doesn't stop. It comes all the way through. So we may have flash floods that are going through some of those communities. So just be aware, take the proper precautions. And we're going to have to just bear down and wait like everybody else to see what really happens when the storm hits us. I'm hoping, and all of us here are really praying hard, that the storm dissipates and disappears. But from all indications, we are going to have heavy flooding and high winds no matter where the lane decides to go at this point. Okay. So To everybody, we're just asking, please stay in place. Try not to be on the roads during the incident. Even though it looks like the weather's really nice right now, we're anticipating that very shortly it'll start picking up. Again, looking at the Doppler radar, see what you're seeing on your TV screens. We can only hope that it'll clear up, but we know that we're going to have rain and we're going to have high winds.
I mean, at this point, it does. It actually looks nice outside. Looks like we might even be seeing a little bit of sun, but that could change at any moment. And we have kind of seen the outer bands of the rain come in. And I know that Hana, at this point, seems to be the most impacted by the rain so far. Can you tell me some of the damage and problem areas that have occurred there? And are you planning on completely shutting down Hana Highway to, I guess, prevent additional people from being trapped in Hana?
At this point, we have only one road that's closed because the Kauai Papa River is overflowing. So that segment is closed. No other roadway is closed. And we are looking at trying to keep the roads open. We will be making judgments based on what kind of damage there is as to whether or not to close major roadways or not. If we can keep them open, we're going to keep them open. Now, if areas like Hana, we have landslides and we have trees falling on the road, then we'll try and block them off so people don't go through, and we don't have people trapped. Okay, so we'll try and work on it. And Rod is telling me that there's another road that's closed area. Waikoloa and Ulaino Road. Okay, so there's another road that's been closed. The reports that we have, Hana, Kula, Pukalani, some of Kihei last night had some heavy rains as well. We anticipate that that can continue throughout, even though it looks sunny and, well, overcast but clear right now. Mm-hmm. So it's just a wait and see. We have, again, pretty much all the things in place that we need to protect this community. Police, fire, ambulance, the medical services, the schools are all closed. We're taking the precautions, error on the side of caution. And we're assuming the worst, hoping for the best.
Okay. When you look at the community and all of the preparations that you've made, I know that there may still be some people out there that haven't gotten to store to get their water and, you know, necessities. And a lot of the stores are closed. We were driving around this morning. They've got signs up and even businesses posted that closed because they want to allow their employees to be home with their families to make sure that their homes are taken care of and that they're not on the roads, you know, needing to be rescued later on. What message do you have to anyone that did not get those supplies?
Well, for anyone that didn't get the supplies, learn from the situation. When we put out warnings, they're real. And we have to be able to allow everybody to protect themselves. So if you're careless and you don't pay attention and you assume that nothing's going to happen, when things happen, they will happen to you. This is why we're telling people you can assume that we're going to be having heavy rains and heavy winds, and if you take the attitude that nothing's going to happen, those are the statistics that we usually end up having to deal with. People that get trapped, people that get hurt because they're ignoring a lot of the warnings. Now, with Lanai and Molokai, we had shortages of food, so we were able to get a barge there yesterday, restock the shelves. With the stores on Maui, many of them had restocked the shelves. So a lot of the people within the community have already taken the proper precautions, and for that we're very, very thankful. For those that are ignoring the situation, we have to be responsible for themselves, and they have nobody to blame but themselves if they're ignoring the situation and assume that everybody's going to take care of them. We, from government, cannot do everything for everybody. And as long as people have the will to be able to do things and have the right to do things, they're going to have to be responsible for themselves at some point. We will be opening the stores and everything that we can right after the incident. There are some places that are still open, so you can get some supplies. Not all of the stores are open. So take your chances on the places that are open while the weather is still pretty good. And then hunker down when the storm actually hits us.
Okay, thank you so much, Mayor Alan Arakawa. I really, really appreciate it. And we'll be here right with you on the island of Maui, keeping you updated on the latest. Again, going to start seeing the rain picking up a little later this evening, and those heavy winds, we're supposed to start feeling those, I think, early Friday morning. And we will remain here to give you all the coverage. So live from Wailuku with Mayor Alan Arakawa, Jen Boniza, sending it back to the studio.